I get income in a variety of ways. One is managing my rental properties. The other is managing my investments in a brokerage fund.
Okay, so basically all I'm hearing is rich, bougie, has their bills paid forever. All right, how's it going, everybody? It's your favorite Ecuadorian raincoat here. I hope you're all doing well today. I'm not doing too bad myself. Today, we're taking a look at another episode of Extreme Cheapskates. For those who don't know what Extreme Cheapskates is, it's basically a reality TV show around extreme cheapskates, people who will do anything to save money, even if it doesn't make sense. And this show is made by TLC, aka My Guilty Pleasure, the channel. You know, they should just change TLC to MGP. You know, I think everybody watches TLC as a guilty pleasure. They should change it from the Learning Channel to My Guilty Pleasure channel. I don't know how many people are watching TLC to learn anything, but I know a lot of people who watch it as a guilty pleasure. Anyways, this Extreme Cheapskates episode is about a multi-millionaire who decided to go on the show. Now, your first thought might be, why is a multi-millionaire an extreme cheapskate? That doesn't even add up. They have plenty of money. Why do they act like they need to save every penny? Well, you're about to find out. The episode starts off showing the main character of the episode, Amy, who is a multi-millionaire cheapskate. She starts off the episode by telling the audience that in her house, she only keeps her water heater on for a total of 22 minutes for when she needs to shower. And then she turns the water heater off. Mind you, this is a multi-millionaire who can easily afford to have her water heater on year-round for decades if she wanted to. It's kind of funny how only 5 seconds into the episode, it's already extremely ironic.
I keep my water heater turned off. I need 22 minutes to heat it up enough to get a shower. So I turn it on every morning when I get up.
Wow. Next, she introduces the audience to her shower timer, which she uses to make sure that she doesn't spend too much time in the shower. What confuses me about this lady in this episode is that she's acting like she needs to do this. She's acting extremely stingy to the point where if you didn't know she was a multimillionaire, you would think this lady was struggling financially based off how she's acting with her water heater and shower. But she's a multimillionaire, so it's like, lady, why are you doing this? Why are you this stingy? It's confusing. And listen, I'm not trying to say that, you know, if you have a bunch of money, you should just go out and blow all of it. That's obviously irresponsible. All I'm saying is that if you're a multi-millionaire, I would assume that you're living pretty comfortably and not timing your showers, unlike this lady.
This is my handy dandy water heater timer. I set it for 22 minutes so I know exactly when my shower is ready, because God forbid I waste an extra minute on that water heater.
I like how she's saying, God forbid I waste an extra minute in my shower. Like, womp womp, lady. It's not like you wouldn't be able to afford it with your rich ass. Anyways, after all that, they decide to give Amy a proper introduction.
My name is Amy Elizabeth, and I'm the world's cheapest multimillionaire.
Yeah, probably. I don't know anybody else. After the intro, TLC decides to leak this lady's net worth for some reason.
With a personal net worth of $5.3 million.
Imagine TLC pocket watching you. That'd be crazy. Now all of her finances are out there for the world to see. That's crazy. Crazy work, TLC. Crazy work. I hope this lady stays safe. God bless her. But yeah, you heard it. It's $5.3 million. That's how much this lady has in the bank or has made. Yet she's concerned about timing her showers and turning off her water heater for her showers, all to save what, $80 a month on the water bill when she's making 6 to 7 figures a year? This doesn't make any sense to me. Listen, I think if you're making that much money, it's great to save money, but I don't think you need to be that stingy. Like, why are you so stingy? Like, live a little, lady. You can have longer showers. You can keep your water heater on, for fuck's sake. Trust me, if you think it stops here, it does not. Amy also likes to turn off the circuit breaker to save money on power for her house. Genuinely, she's acting like she is struggling on bills. The whole time, she could probably pay her bills 500 times over. She is tweaking. Now is the part where I ask, is she doing okay mentally? I really hope she is. She deserves to live a little more. Turning off your circuit breaker to save money as a multi-millionaire is beyond stingy.
This 50-year-old Las Vegas entrepreneur refuses to throw a single penny down the drain.
While we were married, Amy learned how to turn off the circuit breakers to save on power.
In this episode, Amy decides to include her ex-husband in it for some reason, and throughout the episode, he talks about how he was not enjoying living with her.
Boy, how many times I would wake up and forget that the water heater was off, jump in that cold shower, talk about shrinkage. Oh.
Yeah, it doesn't sound too fun, pal. I genuinely couldn't imagine myself living with a person like this. That kind of scares me, if I'm being honest. That would be extremely annoying if you had to always walk to a different part of your house to turn on the water heater just to go take a shower every time. Like, what are we doing? Especially if both people in the house have plenty of money. Like, what are we doing genuinely? That's a level of stinginess I'm not willing to tolerate ever. Next, it shows Amy's house, which honestly, I like it. It's a vibe.
This is my beautiful home. As you can see, it's full of upscale furniture. I like nice things, but I don't like to pay for them.
I can't lie, this room has a lot of tan. Kind of looks like a desert-themed room, but honestly, I kind of like it. And at least it's not completely empty like a lot of rich people homes. Also, when she said, I like nice things, but I don't like paying for them, that's probably one of the only things I can agree with her on. Preach, sister. Next, they talk about how much Amy is budgeting as a multimillionaire and how she stays under a $1,000 a month budget. I'm speechless.
Amy works hard to stay well below a $1,000 monthly budget.
I fucking wish. See, this is where I start to get jealous of Amy. I'm over here about to start paying $1,000+ just for rent, and she's out here monthly budgeting under $1,000. Okay, there might be a method to her madness, but best believe there's still a lot of madness when it comes to Amy. For some reason, she likes to just use one sponge.
This is my one sponge. Some people might think this is a little nasty.
Yes. It absolutely is.
Until it's falling apart and rotting, I don't see any reason to throw it away.
As if it's not falling apart and rot. Lady, do you see the sponge? It's rotting and falling apart. Amy then shows off her knife, and I'm not talking about knife drawer or knives. She literally only uses one knife.
Over here, I have one knife. I guard it with my life. It never touches water. I just wipe it down on a towel every time after I use it and put it back in the drawer.
So if it hasn't become concerning enough, this is where it definitely starts to become concerning. She could have at least put it in the dishwasher. To me, this is just a level of stinginess that's not only unnecessary, but also unsanitary. You know what I mean? It just gets gross. What happens if she's at her house eating with a friend and they both need to use knives? Are they gonna fucking share knives or something? Anyways, after her one knife showcase, she decides to let the viewers in on how she got her house, which was from her ex-husband. After they got a divorce, he gave her the house because he knew that she would move into a studio apartment as a multimillionaire. This is an unbelievable plot.
So the way I got the house is when my ex-husband and I decided to divorce, he's got a good heart and he insisted that I keep the house because he knew that if I didn't keep the house, I would move into a hovel of a one-bedroom apartment to save money.
And I guess they divorced and ended it on good terms. Both Amy and her ex-husband are still cool and they both hang out often. And her ex-husband even volunteers to do all the yard work and cleaning work for her house. I'm starting to think that he didn't want to get the divorce.
Amy won't pay anyone to clean her home, so her ex-husband volunteers to do it for free, saving her $400 a month.
If you could start and do the toilet, that needs it the worst.
Okay.
Dude is cleaning his ex-wife's toilet. Like, I won't judge, you know, hey, if they're cool, they're cool. But the only question I have right now is, does he still like her a lot? Does he still have feelings for her? I would only do this shit for somebody I really like. What happened to them? Why aren't they just still together? Did she initiate the divorce? I actually have so many questions. Dude is casually out here cleaning her entire house inside and out, willingly, for free, every month. That's interesting. I mean, shit, he's definitely generous for that. Next, they introduce Tina, Amy's neighbor, and she opens up about a time where she had lunch with Amy and Amy fed her cat food. Ah!
She fixed me a tuna fish sandwich. As I'm eating the sandwich, I'm thinking, this is a little fishy. And then I looked on the countertop and I noticed there were cat food cans.
This is a multi-millionaire, by the way. She doesn't have to do this. Genuinely, what is wrong with this woman? You know, at this point, this is where I start to think that this episode is fake because I don't believe a person in real life would do this. That's just too crazy. Like, the concept of a multi-millionaire feeding their neighbor friend cat food for lunch because they feel like they need to save money. How does buying cat food even save money? Like, you know what I mean? This episode makes no sense. Would not be surprised if this shit's fake. But at the same time, humanity never fails to surprise me. So I don't know. I can't tell if this is real or not. Anyways, Amy's husband then decides to weigh in on the cat food situation. And this is what he has to say.
No, I don't think Amy has actually ever fed anyone cat food, but I wouldn't put it past her to try.
Creepy ass smile. Why is he smiling when he says that? That's fucking gross, dude. Feeding somebody cat food is disgusting. Why is that a funny matter to you? Later on in the episode, Amy talks about where she gets her income. And honestly, I would never let a television company pocket watch me like this.
I get income in a variety of ways. One is managing my rental properties. The other is managing my investments in a brokerage fund.
Okay, so basically all I'm hearing is rich, bougie, has their bills paid forever. Don't know why she's acting like she's struggling in her day-to-day life when she can afford her bills forever. She literally doesn't have to work for her money anymore. She has rental properties. What the fuck? Yo, this episode is crazy. Next, she shows off her car, which honestly is kind of swaggy. She's got a Mustang.
My car is a 96 Mustang. It's lovely. Some people call it the Beast.
Okay, Amy, I see you. Rev it, Amy. Floor it. After Amy shows off her Mustang, her neighbor then decides to weigh in on the Mustang, and she lets the audience know that it's actually a shitbox.
And I'm almost afraid to drive with her in it because you don't know if it's going to break down.
Tina had a prediction, and her prediction was correct. Amy's car did in fact break down while her and TLC were on the way to the airport, and she took it to a mechanic, but the mechanics looked at her car and concluded that it wasn't safe to drive.
Along with the tires you need, we got the windshield issue, we got the belt issue.
Right.
All these safety issues going on right now. I feel very uncomfortable letting you leave my facility with the car in this shape.
So basically, Amy's car is fucked. She's got a belt issue, as the mechanic said, and she's also got bald tires, which can be around $500 to $1,000-ish, and the mechanic place quoted her $1,000, but she did not like this.
What
Think
kind of
exactly
pricing
which
are we
one.
talking about?
All together with everything we're looking at, you're probably looking right over $1,000 for all the repair we see that
Are you
needs to be
kidding me? No, I don't want to pay the money.
Holy moly. Yeah, this might be the cheapest multimillionaire I think I've ever seen in my life. After Amy learned the price, she then threatened the mechanic with lawsuits. And this was because she confused what the mechanic said. The mechanic said that she couldn't drive away with the car, but he never said that the car couldn't leave the facility. Like, she was allowed to get it towed away the whole time, but she went all the way to threaten him with lawsuits just because she misunderstood those rules and just because she won't fix her car. Lady, at this point, I'm just confused because as a multimillionaire, why would you choose to threaten the mechanic with lawsuits instead of just getting $1,000 repair on your car? That's just wild to me. Amy was definitely on one. Eventually, the mechanic tells Amy about the actual law that he's following, which disappoints her.
It is Nevada state law. As a repair facility, it is my obligation to make sure these cars are safe on the road. You can more than welcome get it towed out of here or push it out of here. I cannot let you drive the vehicle.
Then she decides to go home to get a bunch of different quotes from a bunch of different repair shops, which, hey, that's a smart thing to do. I can always get behind that.
If I get a few different estimates and it's all the same, then I go home and I decide and I run my calculator. Is it really time for a new car? Or do I want to spend $1,000 to fix this?
It's honestly a bit ridiculous how messy TLC is sometimes, because right after this event, they decided to interview the fucking car mechanics.
Spend $100 to put a good set of tires on her car. She won't spend the money to put a belt on the car. She won't even make the car safe enough to drive on the road. I would say she is the cheapest millionaire I ever met before.
Yeah. I mean, I'd agree with bro. Anyways, the camera crew eventually leaves the shop with Amy. Amy's ex-husband actually came in clutch to pick them both up. Shocker. But then once they're all in the car, Amy talks about how she's gonna bum a flight to her business meeting for free.
I'm determined to get to my business meeting tonight. I'm on my way to the airport right now, and I'm gonna bum a ride for free.
What is this angle, bruh? She's staring into my soul right now. Basically, Amy had dated pilots in the past, so that's exactly how she's gonna bum a ride for free. Bum a flight, basically. Not even just a ride, a whole flight. Damn, I haven't even heard of that concept. Bumming a flight? Jesus. Yo, rich people really live life on recruit mode. What the fuck?
Amy has dated pilots in the past, so she knows her way around airports. She'll try to find a pilot that's got an empty plane or something like that, and entice them to give her a ride.
Wait, so does she just go after pilots? Is that her type? You gotta be a pilot to date Amy? Is this guy a pilot? Is her ex-husband a pilot? Who cares? Anyways, it's pretty unbelievable that she's just casually able to bum flights. Like what? I didn't know there was people moving like that at all. Anyways, Amy eventually walks on the damn landing strip of an airport. I don't know how she got access to there. And she asks a pilot, a random pilot, if she can bum a ride.
I'm trying to find desperately a flight to LA in the Santa Monica area.
And believe it or not, it fucking worked. Amy, you're a genius.
Amy Amy is one of those types that I think will never change her cheapskate ways.
Anyways, yeah, that is the madness. That is this episode of Extreme Cheapskates. You know, there's some things that I agree with that Amy's doing, but there's definitely a lot of other things that I could never get behind with her lifestyle. Amy, she's a unique one. Anyways, that's all I really got for this video. If you guys enjoyed, make sure to leave a like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. I love hearing what you guys have to say. And with that all being said, I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Make sure y'all are staying safe, hydrated, and healthy. And I'll catch y'all on the next one. Peace.